Hi, welcome to the Law Podcast Uganda. My name is Alex Kafero. I'm an advocate of the High Court of Uganda and the higher courts. I practice law with the law firm of Okecha Baranyanga and Company Advocates. This podcast is intended to make sense of the law. We shall be making sense and simplifying things for especially the non-lawyers, our clients on this podcast. Help you understand the simple things that seem to be hard and seem to be abstract to you. However, I must disclaim at the onset that you must still seek out professional legal advice. And when I say professional legal advice, I'm choosing those words very, very carefully. A professional legal advice is the authorized advocate or authorized legal practitioner to help you deal with a legal problem. Now, there's a difference between a professional legal advisor and a lawyer. A professional legal advisor is the advocate. Like I've said, I'm an advocate of the High Court of Uganda. A lawyer is a person qualified in the law. He is not authorized to be your advocate. There's a process between a lawyer and becoming an advocate. That's a whole aspect, a whole topic for another day. My topic today, however, is to help you understand one thing called a case. What is a case? Now, a case can be civil or criminal. Essentially, a case is a dispute that has come to the courts of law. So Alex has a problem with Patrick here on the camera. The issue is I had Patrick to transport me to Masaka. Patrick has not delivered me to Masaka. I paid him my money. I'm asking him to refund my money. He's not doing it. So that's the dispute. It becomes a case when I choose to go to court to have Patrick ordered to pay my money. That's a case. Now, a criminal case, that's a civil case between me and Patrick. So a civil case is one between individuals, usually we say of equal status, between Patrick and Alex, between Alex and, let's say, Company Limited, AB Limited. That's a civil case. A criminal case is one between Patrick and the government, or Alex and the government of Uganda. For instance, when you steal or when you commit a traffic offense, when you knock, you're found on the road by a traffic officer driving without a driving permit, the police officer will take you to police. A file will be prepared, and then you'll be arraigned in court for driving without a license, a valid driver's license. Now, that is a criminal case, and all cases of that nature are criminal cases. So, it becomes a case when a dispute, which can be between Alex and Patrick, or between Alex and the government of Uganda, is taken to court. That's when it becomes a case. Before it is taken to court, it is just a dispute. In my practice of law, I have interacted with this problem so many times, and I'm sure so many lawyers out there have interacted with it. Our clients seem to be grappling with very simple things. Someone will call you and say, "Counsel, I have an issue here. I bought cameras from this guy. I gave him my money, but the cameras he gave me are not working according to what we agreed." Now, even when you think that this is something that she would understand, given he or she would understand, given their level of education, it may not be that obvious. Law seems to be abstract to the non-lawyers, and I understand, and we all understand as advocates. We understand really, and that is the essence of this podcast. Now, when you go to court, you need to understand, how do I prepare for my case? How do I win a case? And how do I go about with a case? So when you have a case, you usually need an advocate. The law allows you, as a non-lawyer, to represent yourself, to institute your case. Yeah, fine. But you're better placed hiring an advocate. I mean, this is not intended to make money for advocates, but it is the best way because they're professionals at that. So in preparing for that case, you need to help your lawyer by being truthful to him or her, giving him every document that they would ask or request of you. That evidence, that document that you have, any information that you have, will help the lawyer to prepare the case. So a case is prepared by the client working together with the advocate. And then, before even you hire the advocate, you also need to understand, am I hiring a qualified advocate? Am I hiring a qualified person? Now, it's very easy to understand, to know. We have the Uganda Law Society, which keeps the membership of all advocates in Uganda. So if you're hiring a lawyer, you need to find out very simple things. One, find out whether the lawyer has a valid practicing certificate. And two, whether the lawyer has a Uganda Law Society identification card. Now, we are grappling with an issue of non-advocates holding out as lawyers, as advocates. This is very dangerous because we are receiving, that is why we have cases of what kind of lawyer is this? He stole my money, he's a liar. Because some of them are non-professionals and therefore they do rather unprofessional things. So please find out whether you're working with or you're hiring a qualified advocate and a licensed one. That is one. So work with a lawyer. Prepare get him the documents that they need. If it's a land matter, get him your sale agreement, the original. Get him everything that you can, especially the things that he asks of you, and prepare it. Now, when you go to court, ladies and gentlemen, a case is based on the facts that you tell your lawyer. Don't lie to them. There's a tendency of clients telling the lawyers, the advocates, what they want to tell them, what they want the advocate to hear. That is dangerous. It is self-defeating. You're not a professional at representing yourself in courts of law. You are not. The best option you have is tell your advocate everything they need to hear, whether it is bad or not. In fact, when it is bad, it helps your advocate to assess the chances of your case. Will we succeed or shall we not succeed? Now, we are now in court. You've hired a professional, good lawyer, good advocate, and you're before the judge or before the magistrate. Now, before I go further, you must understand the difference between magistrates' courts. I hear some clients always ask, counsel, now, what is a magistrate? Who is a judge? Well, very simple, very quickly. A judge sits in the High Court. Now, the High Court has divisions. Then magistrates are the ones that are below the judges. Those are the ones that grade 1, grade 2, chief magistrate. Now, before any of those, it's important it's important for you to understand that even when you brought the evidence, the other person is a neutral one. She has to base on the facts and the evidence that you brought to help you win the case. And therefore, so this is how you are before the court, building your case, brought other evidence. So then the question becomes, how do I win a case? Now, that will be the discussion in our next episode. Please subscribe and continue watching. Thank you.